Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video I will show you how to create our own custom blog in PHP using Bootstrap and MySQL PHP MyAdmin database. And here we got the final output, and this PHP file contains master page. One is the header tag, header page, which contains a navigation menu bar. This is a blog name, which contains a navigation links, home, food, travel and movies. After that, this is a content page. This content page contains two layers, two columns. This is a content page and this one is a sidebar. And this content page display all the articles from the database PHP MyAdmin, which is MySQL database. Right now this table contains only two records, food and movies category. This one, movies and food category, and below that there is a footer. If I click food, I got the food articles. If a user wants to read this article, see here we got the top 100 dishes at PHP. If I go home, displaying all the articles. If I click travel, this is the travel articles. Right now we don't have any travel category. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Before writing the coding part in PHP to create a blog, first we'll create a new table in PHP MyAdmin database. I'm creating a new table in this sample DB database. I'm browsing the sample DB database. After that, I'm selecting SQL tab to create the table. Let's write the query. Create table blog. The table name is the blog. Let's add the columns. BID, which is a blog ID, integer type, not null. I'm adding primary key, auto increment column. Then blog title is varchar 150. Blog category varchar 100. Blog description varchar 350, and the blog last one is a blog URL varchar 100. Let's create a table. Click go. And the table is created. You can notice in the sample DB database there is a blog table is added. Let's browse the blog table. Right now this blog table contains 0 rows. Now let's start a programming part in PHP to create our own custom blog. I'm using Notepad++ to write the PHP code. First, in the project, I'm creating a master page. So this master page contains 3 layers. The first one is a header, second one is a content page to display, and the third one is a footer page. So first let's create the 3 pages. The header page. In the header page, I want to display our blog name and the menu items. To display the menu item, I am using Bootstrap theme. So let's visit getbootstrap.com. Getbootstrap.com. Getbootstrap.com is the official website. Here we can get the latest version of Bootstrap HTML, CSS and JavaScript snippets. And the best part is the Bootstrap is an open source toolkit, so anyone can use to developing using with this Bootstrap. So first, what I'll do is go to examples. In this examples, come to the bottom. Here you can find different themes, which are the free themes. So for this demo purpose I'm selecting this simple theme because I required only the menu. So let's browse this pricing template, and now I just require this top header section only, which contains only company name, some menu controls, href links. So right click the mouse, view page source. In the view page source, notice in the body I'm copying the div part, which is the menu control, the company name and the menu href links. Let's copy that one and pasting here HTML. I'm closing the HTML header section. I'm closing the header section, and the body, I'm closing the body tag. Inside this body I'm adding the header section of the template. So let's save this file. I'm saving this file in the root folder www, which is the file name is header.php. Save. Now after that I don't require this sign up button link, so let's delete this one. After that, the company name, which is a blog name, I'm adding sample blog, and the menu items I'm adding, the first one is a home, and this blog is related with the three categories. One is a food, travel and movies. Let's add those categories. Is a food, which is related to food articles. The second one is a travel articles, and the third menu item is a movies. Let's save this file. Now let's create a footer template. I'm adding footer, I'm closing footer span, I'm closing the span. It's a simple footer. H5, I'm closing the H5 tag. This is footer. Just for the demo purpose I'm adding only simple footer, which is a span tag. Let's add some style to the H5 tag. Style is equals to color. I'm adding red. So let's save this file, and I'm saving this file in the root folder, which is a blog footer, blog footer.php. Let's save this file. So now we got the header section, footer. Now we require the content page. Now let's create the content page. Again I'm adding a new one page. In the content page I'm adding simply the header tag, now in H1 tag I'm closing the H1. This is content page. Let's save this file. Save content.php. Save. Now we got the three pages, one for the header, footer and the content page. And now I'm creating a master page to combine these three pages into master page. Again I'm adding a new PHP file. Now in this new one page I'm adding the body. I'm closing the body. Now between this body section I'm adding three div containers. Div, I'm closing this div tag. Let's copy this one, this, and paste. In the first div, I am adding the header.php file. I'm adding PHP code, PHP include between single quotes. I'm adding header.php semicolon with this page name header.php. Just copy this one, paste here and paste here. And the second one, I want to display the content page, and the third one is blog footer. Let's save this file. I'm saving this file as a blog home.php. Now let's check the output of this blog home page. I don't require this one. View source, localhost, home.php, and here we got the output of that blog home.php file. We have included 3 pages. The first one, this part, is a header page, and this is a content page, and the third one is a footer. If you notice, the header section, the navigation bar is not like this. So the reason, we have to add the latest bootstrap CDN links, CS and JS files. So again, switch to the getbootstrap.com website, click get started. The version I'm using Bootstrap is a 4.3, and notice here the CSS and JS snippets. I'm copying this CS file first, CDN link, and not here in the header section. Between the header section, I'm adding, after CSS, now we require the JavaScript JS files, which contains 3 links. Copy those all, paste here. So after adding the latest Bootstrap CSS and JS CDN links in the header.php, let's save this file. We'll check the output again of this blog home.php file. I'm reloading the browser. Now we got a new output after we adding the Bootstrap CSS and JS CDN links to our header page. Now my next target is, I want to make this content page into 2 layers. For that, again, switch to the getbootstrap.com, search for layout. In the layout section, there is a grid. Click that one. In the grid system works the 12 columns. So a page contains, a grid contains 12 columns. In this 12, now I require the 2 column layout. Come to the bottom. Here it is, the 2 column layout. Just copy this one. Now in the blog.php, I'm pasting that code. Let's add div as is equals to container. I'm closing this div tag of the container. Now I'm adding this content page PHP include here, and this is a sidebar. Now I don't require this one, delete that one. Let's save this file. We'll check the output. I'm reloading the browser, and here we got a new output. This is a content page. After that we got the sidebar. Now let's align this sidebar. I'm adding MD is 2 and this one 10, and here I'm adding the columns to the medium divisors. 10 plus 2 is equals to 12. So let's save this file again. We'll check the new output. I'm reloading the browser. Up to now we have just finished the master page in PHP with the 3 pages: header page, content page and the footer. And in the header page we got the blog name and the navigation bar. Now we require the food, travel and movies web pages. So switch back again to the coding part. Let's add a food article page, h1 food articles. Put this one h5, not h1, h5. Save this file. Food articles.php is a file name. Save the file. And the next one is a movie. Copy this one, paste here, save the file. Movie articles.php. I'm saving these all files in the root folder www. Okay, save. And the last one we have the travel category. This one is a travel. And this one is a movie. Save. Save. Travel articles.php file. Save. Now these 3 pages, food, movie and travel articles, I want to bind into content page. In the content page, so let's add a new page. In this new page I'm adding PHP code dollar. I'm adding PHP underscore content is equals to. Now in this single quotes I'm adding this food articles.php file name. Food articles.php semicolon. After that, in the blog home.php file I am adding this $php content. Copy this one, paste here. Then I'm including this blog home.php file. Let's save this file. Include between single quotes blog home.php file semicolon. Save the file, and this file homefood.php file. Save. Now this homefood.php file I am adding in the navigation bar. Homefood.php. Now again new one PHP. I'm adding, just copy this one, paste here. This one is a movie articles. This page name I am including here in the PHP content. Is capital here. Save the file. Home movie.php file. Let's add this file name in this header section, navigation bar, movies. In the movies href, home movie.php. And the last one is for the travel. Again, copy this code, paste here. Instead of movie articles, I am adding this travel articles. Travel articles.php. Save this file. Home travel.php. Save this file. Now in the header section also, let's add the home travel.php. And the last one in the home page, I'm adding a new one. Let's copy this one, paste here. Blog index.php file. Save this file. And this one I'm adding bhome.php, which is the blog home. Save. Now let's add this blog index.php file. Copy this one, add new one page, h file. This is blog home page, h file. And this blog home page, it displays all the articles which are related to food, movies and travels. Whereas in the food articles, it displays only food articles. In the movie articles, it displays only related to movies, and then the travel articles, related to only travel articles, it will display. Now let's save this file. I'm saving this file, blog index.php. Blog index.php. Save the file. Now the last step, let's add this bhome.php file in the home navigation menu bar. bhome.php. That's it. Let's check the output. Save the file. I'm reloading the browser. So notice here we got bhome.php. This is a blog home page. Now we got. And the second one is a food, which is related to food articles, and the third one is a travel articles, and the fourth one is a movie articles. Now up to now we have just finished the designing part, which contains a master page and the home, food, travel and movies. Now we'll write the coding part to display the articles dynamically from MySQL PHP MyAdmin database into this block. Switch to the coding part. Now I'm adding a new admin page to upload the articles. Again, new one page. In this new one page, I'm adding the PHP code. Let's save this file. I'm saving this file in the root folder, blog admin.php. Now in the blog admin page, I'm uploading the blog details into MySQL PHP MyAdmin database. So first in this PHP, I'm adding the connection string variables, $hostname is equals to between double quotes. I'm adding localhost. This is the semicolon. $DB name, which is a database name, semicolon. Database name is SampleDB. Let's add that one. SampleDB. $username. The username is the root default username, and the last one is the password. I don't have any password, so I'm leaving blank. If you have any password, please enter that one. After that, I'm adding the connection variable, MySQL underscore connect method. The connect method takes the 4 parameters. The first one is the host, which is a local host. hostname, $hostname, between double quotes, $host, comma. The next one is a username, so $username, copy this one and paste here, comma. And the third parameter is a password. I don't have any password, so I'm leaving blank, comma. And the last one is the DB name, which is the database name. I'm copying this DB name variable. Now after that, if not $con, if the connection string is failed, I'm adding the die method, connection failed, dot MySQL underscore connect dot error method, semicolon. If the connection is succeeded, I want to insert the block details. So before writing the coding part to insert the values, we require the HTML elements. So I'm adding the HTML code here. Between the HTML, I'm adding header section. I'm closing the headers. After that, we have body. I'm closing the body tag. Now between this body, I'm adding center tag. I'm closing the center tag. Inside the center, h1, upload blog details, h5, admin page. After that, I'm adding horizontal line. Now after the horizontal line, I'm adding a table element, table which contains a border is equals to 1. I'm closing the table tag. Now inside this table, I'm adding the tr. I'm closing the tr tag. td table rows, td. The first td in our block table, we have the first one is a block title, so let's add that one, block title, td. I'm closing the td. The block title is the input type. Input type is equals to text placeholder is equals to block title, and name of the text box control is beat title. The second one is a block category, so let's first add the block category here. td block category, td. I'm closing the td tag. Our block contains 3 categories: food, travel and movies. So these 3 categories I want to display in the drop down list control. So for that, I'm adding the HTML element select option, select. I'm closing the select tag, option. I'm closing the option tag. The first option value is equals to selected disabled. Select block category. Option. I'm closing the option tag. Let's close this one. Paste here. The first option is a food, and the second one is a travel, and the third one is the movies. And in the select one, I'm adding the name big category. Let's close this. Next tier, I'm closing the tier tag. The next column is a block description. 3D, I'm closing the 3D tag. Block description. 3D, I'm closing the 3D tag. I'm adding text area. Name of the text area. Block description. Placeholder is equals to block description. TR, I'm closing the tier tag. 3D, blog URL. The blog URL is the last column name, which is the article URL. 3D, I'm closing the 3D tag. Input type is equals to text, and name is equals to blog URL. Placeholder is equals to article URL. And here one important is we need to close this text area. And the last one is the button control. Input type is equals to submit, value is equals to submit, and the name of the button control insert. That's it. We have done the designing part in this HTML code, which contains a block category, block title, description, and URL. After that, one button control to insert the data. So when we are inserting the data, we are posting the data. So we need to add the form tag here. Form method is equals to post. Let's close the now let's add the continue. If is set $_post in single quotes, I'm adding the button control name, which is insert. So we are posting the data. Now in this post insert data, I'm adding our HTML element names. First one is a $. Let's add the variables. The first one is block title is equals to $_post. In single quotes, I'm adding the title, which is a name B title. Semicolon. The next column name, block category is equals to $_post. Between single quotes, I'm adding the block category we are getting from this select option element. So I'm adding the name of this select option, name, and the next column name is a block description, $block description, $_post. The description name BDS semicolon, and the last one is a blog URL. Copy that one, paste here, $_post within single quotes the blog URL. Then $SQL query is equals to, here the SQL query is an insert statement. Insert into the table name is blog. The column names, first one is a B title, B category. We have to add the same column names, these ones. Blog description, blog URL, values, in single quotes I'm adding these variable name $B title, comma, $B category, comma, $B description, comma, $B URL. If $MySQL query method, the query method takes two parameters. The first one is a connection object $com, comma, and the second one is a string query, which is a $query, $SQL query. If the records are if the blog details are inserted successfully, I want to redirect to the same page. For that I am using the header method, location colon dot $_server within single quotes PHP _ self semicolon. After that exit. Let's close a connection string MySQL _close method, and I'm adding my connection object. Let's save this file. That's it. We have written the code to insert the blog details. Let's insert the blog details into this blog table. The page name is blog admin, blog, and here we got the output of that blog admin page. The header tags, I'm selecting the category, the footer category I have selected, and the blog title top 100 non-veg dishes from the world. In the blog description, food articles, some random text I'm adding for the description. In the blog URL I'm adding top 100 dishes. The PHP file is a web page name. Submit. Oops, here we got an error. Function name must be string. 23rd. See, here we don't require dollar here. Save this file. I'm reloading the browser. Continue. I think the article is saved. Let's check the output. Browse. And here the blog details are inserted successfully. Let's insert the other details. This time I'm selecting mouse category, best Hollywood movies of this year. And the blog description is Hollywood movies, some random text, and the blog URL is hollywoodmovies.php. is the article page name. Click submit. Let's check in the database. I'm browsing the table, and here we got the results. The second record is also added, the category in the movies folder, and the category is the movies. Let's bind these articles from this blog table into our blog homepage, into this blog homepage. So bhome.php, blog index.php. Now in this blog index.php page, I'm adding to fetch the records from the blog table. So instead of adding this code, just copy this part up to here. Let's hit this part, paste here. I don't require this part. After adding the connection string, now let's bind the data. $SQL query is equals to select start from, the table name is a blog, semicolon. If $result is a variable is equals to MySQL underscore query method, and this query method takes two parameters. The first one is a connection object, comma, and the second parameter is a string query. This one, string query. Now I'm implementing. Now I'm adding. Now to fetch the records, I'm adding if MySQL underscore nums underscore rows, and in this method I'm adding $result is greater than 0, which means here the condition is if the results are greater than 0 means the records are found in this blog table, and those records I want to fetch in the HTML table. Echo. I'm adding the table, semicolon, echo. I'm closing the table tag, semicolon. Now to fetching the records, I'm using while loop. While $row is equals to MySQL underscore fetch array method. In this array method, I'm adding the $result. Echo tr semicolon echo. I'm closing this tr table rows, echo td. I'm closing the td tag. Now within this td, I am adding the first, the blog title dot dollar, this variable $row. Between square brackets, I am adding single quotes. The column name is a B title. let's add some styles here. Bold, I want to display the bold tag, semicolon. Now the next column, semicolon, copy this one, paste here, echo 3D, I'm closing this 3D tag, semicolon, double quotes, $row, single quotes. Now after the title I'm adding that block description, so BDESC, let's add that one, BDESC dot echo PR echo. I'm closing the TR tags, echo 3D, I'm closing the 3D tag, semicolon. Now after the block description I'm adding the blog URL. So instead of adding this, again copy this part, paste here, I'm adding the column name which is a B URL, B URL. What I'm doing here, I'm adding href is equals to single quotes I'm adding this one, here read the complete article. Echo TR echo 3D, I'm closing the 3D tag, category, I'm adding bold tag, I'm closing this bold tag, double quotes, I'm adding the block category, B category. Semicolon. And the final step, let's close the connection string, MySQL underscore close method. In this close method I'm adding my connection object, the variable name. That's it. Let's check the output. In the bhome.php file we are getting the blog articles or not. I'm reloading the browser, and here we got the output of that bhome.php file, which displays all the articles from this database. Let's add some styles. In the getbootstrap.com I'm adding a table. Come to the bottom, the design, this design I'm selecting, the class, just copy this part, the blog index page I'm adding here. You need to add the single quotes because double quotes we have added outside, So this file, we'll check the output again. I'm reloading the browser. Now we got the new output after adding a class to the table. This is a blog title, after the description, and this is a read the complete article. Below that we have the food category. Now when a user wants to read this article, read the complete article, oops, this page is not available. Let's add that one. The page name is top 10 dishes.php file. Copy that one. New one page. Adding h3 tag. This is food article of, what is this article? Top 100 non-veg dishes. Top 100 non-veg dishes. So I'm adding some random text. Break. Let's save this file. I'm saving this file in the root folder, and the file name I'm adding food nonveg.php. Save the file. Then the most important, we need to add this food nonveg.php to this main page, blog home.php page. So again we need to add new page. The home food.php file. Let's copy this one, paste here. I'm adding food nonveg.php file, food nonveg.php file. Now let's save this file, and this file name I'm adding top 100 dishes.php file. Save. Now let's check the output. I'm reloading the browser. Read the complete article, and here we got the article top 100 dishes.php, which is this article. If I click home, again it's displaying all the articles from the database. Now when I click food, I want to display only the food articles. So let's write the coding part for that. Here we already have the home food, the food articles, where it is here. Here is the food articles. So instead of writing this blog index, we already have. To bind the data, copy that one. Food articles, horizontal line. I'm pasting the code. Now in the coding part, I'm just in SQL query select star from blog, where the B category, we are getting the category, the food category is food. That's it. Let's save this file. Now we'll check the output. I'm reloading the browser. See, here we got the food articles. When I click home, food, it's a food article. Now we have the movies also. Switch back to the coding part. In the movies, homemovie.php, movie articles, horizontal line. Just copy this code, copy this one, paste here. Instead of food, I'm adding movies, the category name movies. Save this file. Let's check. If I click movies, see here we got the movies articles. Food, we got only the food articles here. When I click home, we got all the articles in this home page. If you notice, the blog articles is displaying the new article, the latest article is displaying at the bottom. So I want to display the latest articles at the top. For that, and the index page, here the condition is select start from blog, order by the blog ID, descending order. That's it. And here also we need to add the same thing for the food articles, order by descending, save the movies also the descending. So let's check the output. Check when I reload this page. See here the movies, now the latest articles at the top. And here we got the final output, and this PHP file contains master page. One is the header tag, header page, which contains a navigation menu bar. This is the blog name, which contains the navigation links, home, food, travel and movies. After that, this is a content page. This content page contains two layers, two columns. This is a content page and this one is a sidebar. And this content page display all the articles from the database PHP MyAdmin, which is MySQL database. Right now this table contains only two records, food and movies category. This one, movies and food category, and below that there is a footer. If I click food, I got the food articles. If a user wants to read this article, see here we got the top 100 dishes.php. If I go home, displaying all the articles. If I click travel, this is the travel articles. Right now we don't have any travel category. That's it. We have created a custom dynamic blog using PHP with Bootstrap and MySQL PHP MyAdmin database.